Hello YouTubers, this is Cessnaace. Over the past 3 or 4 weeks I have accumulated a number of magazines, books, manga, and graphic novels that I haven't yet shown in a video. So I thought I would do a video and show everything that I've been showing so far. Now, in a fairly recent video I showed some pickups that I had done at Barnes & Noble. And one of the pickups was issue 79 of Retro Gamer. Very next week I went in and found issue 80 on the stands. And I believe issue 81 is already out in the UK. Now, one of the many cool aspects of this magazine are the in-depth articles. And in this issue there is an in-depth article on the Atari 5200. Here's a picture of the unreleased deluxe controller for the 5200 with a trackball built into it. Picture of the unreleased Atari 3200. And 10 perfect games for the 5200. Now, interestingly, 2 of the games that made the cut are homebrews. Coffee Yellow Copter, released in 2002, and Beef Drop, released in 2004. Beef Drop is a port of the arcade game Burger Time. If you remember a few videos back, I did an unpacking video where I had received a copy of the 7800 version of Beef Drop. Okay, at the same time I had picked up issue 79 of Retro Gamer, I had picked up issue 157 of Video Watchdog. And this is issue 158. Now, this magazine started out, I believe, quarterly. I know it was bi-monthly for the longest time, and it's been a monthly for quite some time. Now, the guy who publishes and edits Video Watchdog is a guy by the name of Tim Lucas. Really, really nice guy. A few years back, I had a death in the family, and we had exchanged some emails, and he was really, really nice. And he also had printed one of my letters to him, email letters, in the magazine. Not in this issue, it's been several years now. But it's really cool because the letters that make the grade for the letterbox, as he calls it, are very well written, and he gets a lot of people who were behind the scenes in the making of these films write him and so forth. So I found it to be quite amazing that I made it inside. He always manages to sneak in where he uses photos of people writing letters or reading letters for this section, and 158 issues, he has found quite a number of those. Okay, I had also shown the Doctor Who last time. Picked up 2 Doctor Who's. Apollo 23. Now, the one I had shown last time was printed and bound, I believe, in Germany. These 2 that I'm showing you were printed and bound in the UK. Night of the Humans. You know how scary those humans are. Okay, I had started reading this manga series back several years ago, and I hit a brick wall, so to speak, and that they quit stocking the numbers I was missing. They had usually just the first one and the second one, and then they would miss 25 or 30, and then they would have the most recent one, or maybe even the one before that. But all the rest were missing. And for the longest time I didn't do anything about it, but finally I decided to make sure they were still in print, which I figured it would be because it's a very popular series. And sure enough, it was still in print. So I special ordered the next batch of the ones I'm missing. I had volumes 1 through 8. I have volume 9 of Case Closed. This is known in Japan. Well, the English translation of the title is Detective Conan. Very, very popular. It's always in the top 3 or 4 sale-wise in Japan, and it has produced a lot of anime. A lot of anime based on this. Last time I checked, there were over 500 episodes and 14 anime films and a live-action prequel. So very popular. Volume 10, of course, a manga. You start reading it. This is the front. You start reading it from the back, and you read it right to left instead of left to right. Volume 11. Volume 12. And Volume 13. I've begun rereading the ones I had so that I can get back into the flow of it. I'm up to Volume 3 now. I'm rereading the ones I already had. Another manga series, very popular in Japan, always in the top of the rankings as far as sales goes. One Piece. This is Volume 3, so I have the first 3 volumes. I just need to get caught up on case closed before I start reading another series. Graphic novels. This one is very graphic. City of Others. With Bernie Wrightson involved, you know it's going to have a lot of blood and gore. And it does. So a lot of this I can't show you. A lot of blood. No, I can't show you that. Just imagine the scene in Alien where the creature bursts from the chest of one of the characters, and then magnify that or amplify it by a factor of 10, and you get an idea of one of the scenes that's in this graphic novel. The Executioner. This is The Devil's Tool. By the way, this was published by Dark Horse. Devil's Tool, published by IDW. The Executioner character, Mac Bolan, very popular novel-wise. In fact, I pulled some of my older ones. All of these series are still in print, by the way. This is from September '06. It is number 334 of The Executioner. And this one's unnumbered. They don't number this series. It's simply known as Mac Bolan. Although they refer to it in the interior of the books as Super Bolans, but they don't ever refer to them that way on the outside covers. And this is from at least 11 or 12 years ago. This series is still ongoing. Stony Man. Now, on the covers they only say Don Pendleton's Mac Bolan or The Executioner. I believe Don Pendleton is deceased. At any rate, no one could write this much, because bi-monthly they come out with 2 issues or 2 volumes of The Executioner, a volume of Stony Man, and Mac Bolan. So you think about it, that's a new novel every other week that has to be written. So they have an army of writers, and I was very well ticked off with them because I couldn't find any mention of who actually wrote these books. And then I noticed, right under the ISBN number, it's a little redundant because the N stands for number, but the ISBN, it says, "Special thanks and acknowledgement to David Robbins for his contribution to his work." After doing some searching on the internet, whoever that is listed in the acknowledgement section wrote the book. Now, I was quite surprised that many of the used bookstores I went to, well, all the used bookstores I went to, I would ask, but who actually wrote it? Don't know. They didn't know. Okay. This is from Walker & Company. The Twilight Zone. Odyssey of Flight 93. This is from IDW. Speed Racer Volume 1. This reprints the first 5 issues of the Now Comics stories of Speed Racer, done the usual way that IDW does them, which is extremely well done. They don't skimp on anything. They use high quality papers. It has kind of a semi-gloss look to it and feel. Caught in the act. Who was trashing the Mach 5? Shim Shim. And finally, this is number 9 of whichever volume we're up to. I think we're up to volume 8. Anyway, there have been quite a few number of these. Shonen Jump. This serializes 4 or 5 manga series in each issue, and it's a monthly. The Japanese version is weekly, and they are currently serializing 21 series on a rotating basis. And I'm not finding what I was looking for. Okay. In this issue, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Ultimo, and Shaman King. And in the next issue, after this one, the one that comes out next, they're previewing another series, which I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Genkaku Picasso, or Genkaku Picasso. Anyway. You have to know that there is a lot we're not seeing in the English language version. The Japanese version is published on a weekly basis, and they're rotating 21 series. They only cover 4 or 5 in each issue of the English language version, which is a monthly. There's no way you're ever going to catch up. So, until next time, stay awesome.